real talk time. I have to set up a schedule on when I will post my videos when I go live. But I'm here today at home, and this is my agenda at the moment. I have to replant all of these plants. Let my dog out. And last night, because I think I'm a mini Hercules. No, but I am actually. I do have strength as far as my strength. I had to toss that couch over because I'm going to bring it to the dump. I was going to redonate it. I had reupholstered that and made that a gray denim. And I did a really good job, I would say so. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it looked good. Um, yeah. And I did the love seat too. So, anyhow, that's got to go. And I tossed it. One hand. No. Oh, it's always an adventure. I'm ready for the ride. Oh, come on. Oh. This is the room I'm working on. Oh, the room I'm working in. Here we go. I have to put my gloves on. 1 second. Oh, here they are. I was gonna head out today, but I have a lot to do at home. And then once I get started, okay, I gotta get something else. I'm gonna show everybody what I'm gonna do and how my plants grow well. Eggs. Eggshells, rather, not eggs. Well, from eggs. Oh, get out of there. Get, no. She's trying to eat the eggshells. You can eat the eggshells. You can crush them. You can make them into a fine powder. You can use the eggshells and you could do a facial. And it's exfoliated, natural. You could exfoliate your feet, your entire body. Eggshells, baking soda, a little bit of vinegar. There we go. Ta-da! Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Tina. Let's see. I don't have one of those. I do have one of those cameras where I can clip it on, but my camera's not holding. That. Put on. I didn't put this in the mini food processor. You don't have to when you use it for the plants. It's better to grind it if you want to use it to add to your food or like a dressing or something. Or if you want to do a facial. Good. Big baby. Hi, Dina. Layer also. I'm souped in. I went facelift. Neck lift. My sister was here a while back, so she was cute. She was like, put the tape on your neck. I'll put it on my neck. It's the aging. But I think I'm holding up pretty good. Considering. Bought this tree in spring of 2020, and I named it Mark after my husband. It's tall and strong like he was. I forgot to put soil to touch that spot. Yeah, when you have plants, you have to reroot them and replant them and make sure the soil is good. Add some eggs. You can add some ground banana peels. Banana peels work really, really well. Contain the potassium and the nitrogen. Drought here in New York. I was reading the weather for December. We're going to have some frigid temps. We're going to be having Arctic blast, and it's going to be a dry December with no snow. So yay on that, but for the ground and for water, that's an issue. People don't respect water. I've seen people like they're running water and they'll start a shower and they'll get in a half an hour later. It's like, what the heck is wrong with you? Don't you understand that this is a natural resource? Yeah, running the water. Be aware. I just tell people to be aware. Now, we had the RV. Oh, that was my husband's idea because that was definitely not. I mean, it was okay, but I would have just rented one like when we wanted to use it. But you had the water tank and the black water, so I would do like what I've done to be what a conservative. Suds up and then rinse off, First just, shower yourself down. Suds up your washcloth, your wash rag, whatever. And then rinse your body. And people, they spend like an hour with the water running. It's an unfortunate thing, and they need to start teaching water conservation, when kids are young, so that they could bring it home and tell their family. Because, old school people, they don't, unless they come from a rural area, they're not gonna, like city water, keep it running. The water's not included with the bill, But homes have a cubic foot allotment that most water companies provide to them. Like they have my water here on one person. My son left in March, It's like $90 for like 2 months. It's like, no, that's not correct. You got to check that. Because when he was living here, I don't know what they're doing here. When he was here, it was like, it was 68. So I don't know. They got to check that. I actually made a lot of noise about something for consumers. This was a while ago with the utility companies. Now our utility bill on a monthly plan when we came up was natural. I still got some weight though. No, but I like this weight now. I don't like being super skinny. The only time I get super skinny is like stressed the heck out and undiagnosed anemic for freaking 15 years, whatever. But we're not talking about ailments right now. With the, I just lost my train of thought. There you go. Reel it back in. One topic only. ADD. That's all I was talking about. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. I talked about the camper. Talked about the water. This, that, and the other. But water conservation, people need to learn that, because old school, like our parents, like I said, unless you grew up in a rural environment, or if you had a well, you know how water is. But yeah, we're in a drought and we're not going to have snow, so that's good as far as transportation goes. But as far as the water goes, that's not good. And I was just talking about something and I lost my train of thought. This plant keeps on. Okay, well, this floor here is at a pitch. It goes at a pitch. When they built this house, I don't think there were any inspectors that came about, because this house is uneven and the house has sagged significantly, and yeah. Because where this house is located, believe it or not, I looked it up because I have access to these sites that are very intense, that are used by organizations for weather analysis and ground analysis. My house sits parallel, believe it or not, to an estuary that leads right into the Hudson River. And I found that out just by researching, because I always research. Like I said, I've been reading encyclopedias since I'm a young kid. Even though I see letters backwards, I was still able to comprehend. Anyway, I'm a dyslexic dynamo. No. All right. Okay, I gotta put some more eggshells here. Man, I was talking about something. I was going somewhere. Okay. So, this is the plant. This is replanting a plant, and it's a good tip to use. I learned this a long time ago. Oh my God. So I'm so happy. Actually, my sleep pattern is starting to come back. What I did yesterday, because I listened to a lot of these videos on like with the singing bowls. I watched a video where talking about grounding. The topic of it is grounded. I think that's the name of it. And it said how our bodies are so like illuminated from all the electronics around us, how it affects us, our equilibrium, our balance, our health, our mental health, our moods, our sleep, our eat, even our intimacy levels, because of all these different things. And he said, was a woman, or there was a couple of professors speaking. I believe it was a lady who said that, or maybe the man. He said that if you go outside and stand in the ground, stand barefoot in the dirt, your body becomes neutralized. And I did that yesterday, and I I actually slept. I slept like from 2 in the morning until 9 at 9:30, or 1 in the morning till 9:30. A straight sleep. So that was good. I'm gonna do that again today. I'm gonna go stand outside and become outstanding. I'm very grounded anyway, but I have to become more grounded because I just gotta stay grounded. The elements around us and the forces that are in our immediate area, we have to try, make it a diligent effort every day to remain grounded mentally and health-wise. There's a lot of stuff out here that's going to really just kind of like get you really jacked up, especially situations with people. Some people are just not, That's why I like to be alone. I live a hermetic life, and I'm okay with it. Oh my gosh, see this floor. Oh, I was talking about the floor. That's where I was going, and then I lost my train of thought. ADD kicked in. This house was never leveled, and my home, like I said, looking up on detailed agency mapping. The public can access them too, but my house sits. I'm parallel, way way below, like under an estuary. And I looked at the data from the historical data from this parcel, and there were lakes here. Yeah. Number 5. I'm 9. Number 5, number 7, number 9. This was a lake. This was a lake formation from it being parallel to the estuary. So, yeah. But, don't listen to me. I'm a delusional individual. No. Hell to the no on that. Nope. Not me. Not me. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to take strings and a pitch, and I'm gonna add more soil there. And like I said, the house is uneven. The house is settled so much, And I also worked years ago for the city of New York. I worked for different agencies. And every place I worked at, I wasn't sitting around like the cooler worrying or listening to people's BS, because it's like, I could care less. I'm here to do a job, collect the pension, and see if what you want to be, I'm out. But I would always was always reading. So I worked for one agency, and I'm not going to say the name, and anyway, I worked for DEP, and I worked in water supply. So that was back in the 90s when I left transit the second time. I left transit, I was offered a job. Somebody had a friend there, and they directed me to a friend, and they needed a spot filled, and then I got the spot. Because I was working nights, and I had to be home for my son, because he was actually a latchkey kid since he was like 5 years old, 6 years old, and technically I could have been arrested for that, but as a lot of women, single mothers that have and still have latchkey kids, now you can, you give your kid a phone, you call her as soon as you get in. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're on the toilet bowl. You make sure, lock the door, nobody comes in the house. Wash up, have a snack, do your homework, and I'll see you when I get home. I'll call you. So yeah, latchkey kids. Because our society makes it where, they talk pro-life. regenerate the population. But when women have children, um, I feel that the mother should be home with the kid, not for the kid to be at a babysitter. Not, I just, I mean, I think when a kid is about like maybe 10, 8 to 10, when, I mean, my son was always smart. My son would tell you straight up and down. My son was just like me. He was like, but I just think that the mother should be home. Like when they're 8 or 10, okay, yeah, work part time. Like when they're in school or something. But it's a lot. Having a family is a job like none other, none other. But if our government were to plan, what like they do, like what in other countries, like say the Netherlands, where a family they have an earned income and they're taking, the mother is at home taking care of the child, or even the father if the mother, like all both parents alternate. But to have it, have families grow up, have kids grow up, with the rearing and the tutelage of their parents, not other people, you know. But our government doesn't do that. You have to to have a babysitter, you have to pay. I mean, back then I was paying, there wasn't much, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, you know. It's definitely a lot. I know there was that one candidate for president. He wanted the earned income back in 16. Or was it 20? 20. Andrew Wang or Yang. Actually, I sent him a letter on the mortgage relief plan, and I sent it to the White House, and they took that. Yeah, they won't allow that to be posted because they altered what I wrote, and they started that as far as making payments to people. Yeah, because I can write policy. Imagine that. I didn't even go to law school. Anything you need to learn, you can become self-taught. You can gather your own information. Why pay a school that's funded by people that well, I'm not going to go into what school funding does and how these associations and organizations, institutions are all linked together horizontally in bed. I'm not going to go there, but you can figure it all out. Remember the protest marches. Yep. So the deluded society of consumerism and greed, right? I said years ago I put it on Twitter, I wrote a format, I said, house people you have unoccupied shopping malls, micro housing, there you go, What do you need? You need a bed to sleep in, you need a place for your hygiene, a bathroom, a shower tub, and a sink. And you need a place to keep your provisions perishable, cold, and you need a place to cook. So we got all these malls. Do that. See, they'll take my idea and they'll run with it, and then I won't ever get any credit for it. But I have all my stuff copyrighted. Trust me, I could be a very good politician if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't want to bow and get a brown nose. Nope. I'd eat crumbs and be very happy to know that I'm not doing what I shouldn't do for the sake of my ego and money. Yep. 100% on that. Anyway, we got replanted. Now I'm going to add some fresh soil, and I'm going to water you. And I'm going to prune your dead leaves that are no longer valid. So, here's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Today is not a day of cooking. Today is a day of horticulture lessons. Oh, I was saying this, I said this in another video, but it didn't pick up. I was always funny as a kid, and because I thought I was Italian, they call me Patty Pagliacci. And Pagliacci is clown or funny in Italian. I started doing cartwheels. I don't know, maybe it was when I saw, like, you know, my mom and stepfather having company. And I was like, oh, let me show them my acrobatics. And I bounced into the living room doing cartwheels. And I was like, oh, they're laughing. I like that. Laugh again. Come on, laugh some more. I'll do backflips. Me. That's why I'm so charming. Oh, God. All right, I gotta add more. We're getting better. We're getting better. And I have to make more of my drink. I'll show that tomorrow. I'll make my sorrel, eucalyptus leaves, orange rind peels, garlic. Yep. Let it boil. We strain everything. Oh my goodness. And then the stuff that you strain, you can make a potpourri. Yep. I like when you travel, right? And you stop in like, let's say, a airport store. You buy a souvenir. That souvenir that costs like maybe 85 cents for them because they buy in bulk. They want to charge you like $30 because it has a logo on it. Because, you know, you're paying the rent, you're paying their electricity, you're paying their water bill. You know, like when I was a kid and we were going somewhere, you ain't got no souvenirs. It was like, and you know, now I understand these things. That's why don't spoil. I say to people, don't spoil your kids. Don't give them everything they want, because then when they become adults, when things don't go their way, then they have meltdowns and they can't handle. That's why, unfortunately, we here in the Western Hemisphere, we have a society where there have been tragic events of kids no longer being here with us because, you know, if everything goes their way and then they become older and they meet somebody and they have like their first love, their first crush, maybe their first, physical encounter with someone on whatever level, like, you know, first or whatever, first base or every base, and then that person breaks up with them, then people just like, so parents, you gotta teach your kids. They have to guard themselves, you know? Because the young mind is not capable of regulating emotions and having, you know, those hardships and heartbreaks, you know? It's hard enough for an adult, so imagine a young kid who's hormonal, you know, and then that same young kid who mommy and daddy, you know, patted their rear end until they're like 25. Kid will trip and then, like, you know, they want to do like Harry Carey because they can't handle like a broken toe. Yeah. So that's my philosophy today, along with the horticulture lesson. I don't drink, people. I'm sober like a judge. Okay, that's one. Let's see, number one. Oh God, I really gotta clean up here. Oh, it's always something. It's always something. Alright, we're done. Oh, God. Alright, we're done. You're gonna get some agua. Agua, baby. Oh man, oh. Now I gotta get up. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh. No, I'm not twerking, people. I'm just getting up. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. This is house fair. This isn't the, oh, honey's home. Let me put on my dress. Here, honey. get done here, I gotta give it some water. These arms, I have like my arms are almost as long as my inseam. In fact, I'm gonna measure my arms. I always got picked on as a kid. They used to call me, they said I look like the N word. Oh, you little blank, or the S word. Monkey arms. Yeah, these monkey arms give you a right hook. Keep it up. No, I didn't say that. Sorry, take that back, YouTube. I'm just joking. I'm just talking about developmental experiences I had. There's not walking. Oh my God. Okay, let's pick you up. All right, I'm not breaking it. I'm not having to sustain any further broken bones. Oh man. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I gotta put you. I don't like the way you're tilting. You're tilting because this floor is pitched, because the house is pitched, because the house was built on soft ground. But you know, I guess they didn't check on accurate mapping back then, or they probably didn't have it. Or if they did have it, it was probably part of the Army Corps of Engineers, which that should be mandatory before they build every structure. Well, they're supposed to have, dominance over all type of land, agricultural access. How do I know these things? Because, well, I know. Because this water condition that I had years ago, I called up, it was a congressperson in my district, Maloney. And I explained to him what happened. I sent photos via email, and about 2 months later, the Army Corps of Engineers, they were here. And I had that documented. So, people in the town, they're on my rear end for a shed that was here from when I moved in. And it was on the property, and it was on the listing agreement. And it clearly states 2003, brand new shed, 12 by 20, remaining on property, sold with house. Yep. And when somebody got their I think they got their undergarments tied up in a knot, or they didn't loosen up that jock strap, somebody got them twisted, and like, well, let's go, let's start a whole thing. So I spent on this thing, between the shed, between the land survey, between, this thing's getting heated, the land survey, and all the permits, close to almost $3,000 now. Yeah, for something that was here from 21 years ago. Yeah. Because some agent came in my house, this was 2 years ago, and then we listed it, and I told him no, there were no showings, nothing. And she went ahead and did a cross-reference with the town, and she said, oh, well, there's a sink downstairs. There was a sink hookup here in this property, in downstairs. There was a sink, everything was there, we put a sink in. All right, we didn't get a permit for that. Unbelievable. Yeah, okay. Get that knocked out of the park, take care of that, and then we'll deal with it later. Unbelievable. Really crazy. Nonsense on top of nonsense. But this is how government agencies like to play. And this all came about too because of politics, because they don't like how things, my opinion and things I've spoken upon and how things have been done. Well, that's, get your ish together. Don't do things that shouldn't be happening with people, and then you won't have the mass public speaking on it on public forums. Very simple, Solve that problem real quick, right? But no. They need to justify their jobs. Yeah, and then they were complaining about a debt that I have. We put the deck on in 2014. Got the permit, had the architectural drawing, paid for all this stuff. The footings are 24 inches, not 48. Oh, you got to remove it unless you get in that. They're fine. They're okay. It was approved and we had it approved. The guy who worked there, he bounced. He's no longer an employee there. And he didn't close this stuff out. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's the story. Dina, you okay? Are you okay? My poor dog, she's coughing. She coughs every day but she still goes to the bathroom and she drinks and she sleeps, but she's got that, and there's nothing that they can do. Unless give her surgery that would cost like $10,000 plus, and that's just not going to happen. Oh, but she's my little love buggy. Okay, so look, here's the keys. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that purdy? Isn't that purdy? Okay. Alright, so I pressed for the eggs. I'll have more shells to go. And that's that. This is the home look. This is the home. I'm at home. My hair is patted down on my head with a conditioner because it's a little bit too kinky for me. Well, it's the way my hair is, and I'm happy, very, very happy and blessed. High humidity here. Alright, well. Thanks for watching. Who's ever watched, and see you next time. Have a good one. I'll be back. Bye. Stay safe, everybody. Be careful out there. Bye.